Hello everyone, this is Sashidhar and welcome to our new YouTube channel The Public Square, where in our first video we'll be explaining you about GST. Before getting in detail about GST, first let us know about the present taxation system in India. In India, there are basically two types of taxes, one direct tax and two indirect tax. Direct tax. Direct tax is a tax which is imposed on the income or profits of a person who pays it. Example, income tax, wealth tax and gift tax. Indirect tax. Indirect tax is imposed on goods and services. Example, service tax and value added tax. Problems of the present taxation. There are actually three major problems. 1. Multiplicity of taxes. 2. Dominance of indirect taxes. And 3. Complexity and corruption. Multiplicity of taxes. Taxes by the union government, state government and the local bodies have resulted in difficulty to the taxpayer. He have to contact several authorities and maintain separate records for each of them. Dominance of indirect taxes. Central government revenue from indirect taxes and direct taxes were in the ratio of 74:26 respectively in the year 1994 and 95. In the same year, the ratio for the state government was 83:17. Complexity and corruption. A provoking feature of Indian tax system is its complexity. Both direct and indirect tax laws are complex, so this provides the enough scope for avoiding taxes. So, what is the solution to this problem? There is a solution to this problem, which is GST, Goods and Service Tax. Now let us discuss about GST. GST is formed by Vijay Kelkar. Vijay Kelkar is born on 15th May 1942. He is an Indian economist and academician who is currently the chairman of Forum of Federation Ottawa and Indian Development Foundation, New Delhi. History of GST. In 2000, the central government under the leadership of Vajpayee set up a committee heading Asim Das Gupta, and the task given to this committee was to design uniform tax all over the nation. Later, in 2006, Finance Minister P. Chidambaram introduced GST bill in the parliament, but he failed to pass the bill. Later, the present government under the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley successfully introduced GST in Lok Sabha, and the members of Lok Sabha have passed GST on 29th March 2016 with 4 other bills related to it. Rajya Sabha passed GST on 6th April 2017. GST is the 112th amendment to the Constitution. GST is implemented from 1st July 2017. Let us now discuss about the types of GST. There are actually three major types of GST. 1. CGST, 2. IGST and 3. SGST or UGST. CGST. CGST is the tax imposed by the central government. SGST. SGST is the tax imposed by the state government. IGST. IGST is the tax imposed if the goods are manufactured in one state and sold in another. In this case, SGST is not imposed. UGST. UGST is the tax imposed by the union territories. Let us get a clear picture about taxes with a simple example. Let us assume that a coat is manufactured and the raw materials required for it be worth of 50 rupees and 50 rupees be the manufacturing charges. So the total changes to 100. Let us assume that 10% tax is collected always. So 10% of 100 will be 10 rupees. 100 plus 10 is 110, which is the selling price for distributor. Distributor even adds a marginal profit of 50, so the total changes to 110 plus 50 is 160. Distributor even need to pay the 10% tax, so 10% of 160 will be 16. 160 plus 16 is 176, which is the selling price for wholesaler. Wholesaler even adds a marginal profit of 50, and 176 plus 50 is 226. Since wholesaler even need to pay 10% tax, 10% of 226 will be 22.6. 226 plus 22.6 is 248.6, which is the selling price for retailer. Retailer will even add a marginal profit of 50, and 248.6 plus 50 is 298.6. Since retailer even pays 10% tax, 10% of 298.6 is 29.8. So 298.6 plus 29.8 is 328.4, which is the selling price for consumer. Let us understand GST with a simple example. Let us assume that a coat is manufactured and the raw materials required for it be worth of 50 rupees and 50 rupees be the manufacturing charges. So the total changes to 100. Let us assume that 10% tax is collected always. But under GST there is no multiple taxation. That is, one need not to pay the tax on the goods he have bought already by paying the tax. Tax is applied only on the value added in the various levels. So tax is applied only on the 50 rupees added by the manufacturer. So 100 plus 10% of 50 is 5. 100 plus 5 is 105, which will be the selling price for distributor. Distributor even has a marginal profit of 50, so 105 plus 50 is 155, and distributor even pays the tax on 50 rupees added by him. So 10% of 50 will be 5 rupees. So 155 plus 5 is 160, which will be the selling price for wholesaler. Wholesaler even adds a marginal profit of 50. So 160 plus 50 is 210. But wholesaler even need to pay the 10% tax. So 10% of 50 added by him will be 5 rupees. So 210 plus 5 is 215, which will be the selling price for retailer. Retailer even adds a marginal profit of 50. So 215 plus 50 is 265. But retailer even need to pay the 10% tax. So 10% of the tax is collected from the customer. 265 plus 10% of 50 will be 5. 265 plus 5 is 270, which will be the selling price for consumer. So the difference between the present taxation system and GST will be 328 minus 270, which is something nearly 60 rupees. Now let us discuss about the categories under GST. There are actually 5 major categories: 0%, 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. Goods and services under 0%. Goods: jute, fresh meat, fish, chicken, eggs, milk, etc. are the goods under 0%. Services: hotels and lodging with tariff below 1000 are the services under 0%. Goods and services under 5%. Goods: packed food items, footwear below 500, branded paneer, frozen vegetables, coffee, tea, spices, etc. will be the goods under 5%. Services: transportation services, small restaurants will be under 5% category of services in GST. Goods and services under 12%. Goods: frozen meat products, butter, cheese, ghee, dry fruits in the packet form, etc. will be the goods under 12%. Services: state-run lotteries, non-AC hotels, business class air tickets will be the services under 12%. Goods and services under 18%. Goods: all footwear costing more than 500, preserved vegetables, jam, ice cream, optical fiber will come under goods under 18%. Services: AC hotels that serve liquor, telecom services, etc. are under 18% of GST in services. Goods and services under 28%. Goods: chewing gums, chocolate not containing cocoa, wafers coated with chocolate, pan masala, etc. are the goods under 28%. Services: private run lotteries authorized by the state government, hotels with room tariff above 7500, 5-star hotels, racing clubs, cinema will attract 28% slab under GST. Advantages of GST. GST is a federal law, which means that states have no longer rights in making new laws on the taxation towards goods and services. It is a simplified tax system and very easy to understand and cheaper to implement. Tax elevation in the various stages will be eliminated. The consumer will get end product at the cheaper rates because of the elimination of multiple taxes. These are the few advantages of GST. Disadvantages of GST. GST is not good for all the section of people. Though the current tax system, many products are exempted from the taxation. Under GST, this list has been minimized. Stamp duty will not fall under GST regime and will continue to be imposed by the states. Petroleum is even not under GST, so there will be no much changes in the petroleum products. Thanks for watching our video. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to our new YouTube channel, The Public Square.